Namaste, friends. As we end 2024 and begin 2025, it's good to reflect on what we achieved and what's going on for the next year. So we got a major book, Battle for Consciousness Theory, which is a first of a whole series of books on how Indian mind sciences have been hijacked, appropriated, digested, and turned into Western thought, Western practices. And this is Sri Aurobindo being hijacked into Western idea, Western practice, which became very famous, is very famous, without any credit to Sri Aurobindo. So this book is very important. But I'm going to write a whole lot of books like this, and this was just the first one. So it's an important new series, a whole new line of thought I've been working on for 25, 30 years, but this is the first output in terms of giving it to the public. So that was important for us. And we had so many other important events, both in the US and in India. We trained a lot of our young people for further work. We're working on a different kind of book on caste. This one is not talking about defending the Indian caste system, but it's telling you about the caste systems around the world and a comparative study of all of them and how they've influenced each other and which caste system came first and influenced the rest. And you find the origins are in the Western tradition, and that spread from there into other caste systems. That book will come out, and we have several of our young scholars writing that book, and I'm very proud of that. My next book is it's called Who is Raising Your Children? Who is Raising Your Children? It's a very provocative book. Who's raising your children? You are not. The schools are, but in the schools, who's doing it? The ideology is the woke ideology coming into the education system. It happened in the United States over the last 10 years. Now it's happening in India. Yes, it is happening in India. The NCRT books, the NCRT curriculum, the teacher training, the UNESCO is into this. Many NGOs are into this, and they are influencing the K through 12 education system in India with a lot of woke stuff, kind of turning the Indian patriotism less important, globalism more important. The values are all human rights kind of values being taught, LGBTQ, trans, all over the place. The woke agenda is going in a very big way into K through 12. So this book is exposing that. Who is Raising Your Children? This is going to come out in February 1. And we'll be doing a bunch of launches in Delhi, Mumbai, various places. So stay tuned. Now, here is the very big thing. We have just finished 30 years of Infinity Foundation. So yes, Infinity Foundation is now 30 years old this month. So we've had a long journey. The first 20 years, there was no Modi wave. We were the wave. And people today think that this renaissance started because Modi came. Modi did a lot, helped a lot. This is fantastic. But we were there 20 years prior to that, all alone. We were creating this entirely by ourselves. So that's a story that needs to be told. Infinity Foundation did over 400 projects, most of them in the first 20 years. And I was alone. We didn't have a team in India. We didn't have Infinity Foundation India at the time. So we're celebrating the 30th anniversary by summarizing all our accomplishments, the major impact we've had. People ask, what's your impact? So I'm collecting all the old stuff and putting it together into a series of 5 or 6 volumes. Each will focus on a particular kind of impact. The impact we had in the American school system, going after them, reforming them, what changes we were able to make. The impact we had in defending Ramayana and Ram in the United States, where there was a whole Ram phobia. The impact we had in the Sanskrit Renaissance, which is becoming very successful. The impact we've had in the mind sciences. We gave about 100 grants on mind sciences, conferences, books, all sorts of things. And we learned a lot. We learned who's friend, who's not, what the issues are, and this helped us frame our research in the future. So the 30th anniversary of Infinity Foundation will be celebrated on a grand scale in New Jersey, April 19 and 20. All of you are invited. If you want to attend, contact our office, get yourself registered. And also, we then do a bunch of 30th anniversary events in India also. So both places we'll do, but first in the United States. This is a very big news because I'm working like crazy for the last few months preparing for that event by going through 30 years of time, all the things we've done. We gave away millions of dollars of grants to various places to get them into the right aspect of studying our tradition. And sometimes we succeeded, sometimes we failed, we learned a lot, we had a lot of fights, a lot of arguments, all that needs to be written down. Because people need to know so that they can learn how to do this sort of thing in the future. And also a whole lot of debates we won. Our people don't even know how to get the benefit of that and in their own work. Because a large number of people have joined this Hindu Renaissance only in the last 10 years. And they have no idea of what has happened before. So I'm going to put that together and present it to all of you in April 2025. Another very big thing that's going on is I'm creating a product called Ask Rajiv AI. It's an AI product. So we are training similar to a chat. It's a chatbot, but it's being trained not on Wikipedia, New York Times, and Western ideas and so on. It's being trained on my books and my talks, videos, and my articles, blogs. And this is several thousands of pages of material. And we have a team working on this for the last 2 years. And so we want to also launch that at our April event. And this will be a way to do Q&A with me without me being present, because I'm turning 75 next year. And you know what that means. I have to start preparing and prepare a team. And so this product it requires a lot of investment because training AI in such a serious way is very costly. So we're working on it. This brings me to what you guys can do. We really need some funding. We need funding, the normal funding every year. But on top of that, for our 30th anniversary event, we need some serious funding because we are having people come over from all over the world. Some of them we have to fly over, some of the dignitaries, some of the hotel arrangements, a lot of stuff, because this will go on for a few days in New Jersey, and we have a lot of expense. Also, this AI product is costing us a lot. I didn't realize that this is a very expensive, this is why only a few very rich companies are developing these models, because it's not something to be done, unless you do a quick and dirty job, it's not something that you can do inexpensively. So those of you who want to help us are most welcome. Year-end donation, or whenever you can do it, please do it. And we'll really appreciate it. Thank you very much for being part of my journey, for being part of my yajna, for being part of the Infinity Foundation story. And this 30th anniversary shows the history of our movement, our Hindu Renaissance movement, and the role we played.